Rewind. This is Dope Nostalgia.
Here it is, episode 258 of Dope Nostalgia Podcast. I'm Naomi, your host. Now, when you talk about huge acts of the 90s, like some of the biggest songs, especially in the mid-90s, look no further than Ace of Base. I danced to all their songs at the Much Music video dance parties back when I was in grade 9. That's when they were really hot. I'd say like 94, 95, 96. It was all about Ace of Base. An amazing import from Sweden, because we know Sweden gives us such good pop music. Well, these guys were right up there as one of the biggest acts that ever came from Sweden. I am so lucky to have on the show today Jenny Berggren, one of the members of Ace of Base. Ace of Base was a family affair, 3 siblings and their friend Ulf. Here's a little bit of background information on Ace of Base.
Wikipedia moments. Please bear in mind that Wikipedia can be edited by anyone at any time. If I'm reading you the artist's bio, then you know it's information straight from the source.
Ace of Base is a Swedish pop group formed in 1987, originally consisting of siblings Jonas, Lynn, and Jenny Berggren with Ulf Ekberg. They achieved worldwide success following the release of their debut album Happy Nation in 1992. Later reissued as The Sign, it was certified 9 times platinum in the United States and was the best-selling album of 1994. One of the most successful debut albums of all time. It was the first to produce 3 #1 singles on the Billboard mainstream top 40 chart. All That She Wants, The Sign, and Don't Turn Around. The group continued to score hit singles throughout the 90s with songs such as Beautiful Life, Lucky Love, Cruel Summer, and Life is a Flower. They have sold 30 million copies of their first 4 studio albums, making them the 3rd most successful Swedish group of all time, behind ABBA and Roxette. Despite being largely inactive since 2012, the group has never officially disbanded. In the last decade, they have released several demo tracks, first via their Facebook page and later in 2015 on the compilation album Hidden Gems. A follow-up titled Hidden Gems Volume 2 was included in the 2020 box set All That She Wants, the Classic Collection. Jenny Berggren continues to perform the group's hits in solo concerts around the world. Here's some information directly from their website at aceofbase.com. The odyssey for Ace of Base began in 1991. After responding to an ad in the newspaper Göteborgs Posten, please excuse my Swedish because it's not great, the new quartet, Jonas, Ulf, Malin, and Jenny started working in the studio with record producer John Ballard and decided to come up with a new name to make a fresh start, as well as to avoid confusion with another band with the same name who were attracting bad reviews. They settled on the name Ace of Base after Ulf was inspired by the Motorhead song Ace of Spades. In an interview in 2018, Ulf explained, "The name came out of a hangover I had on New Year's Day. So I was hungover, watching MTV, and saw Motorhead's video for their song Ace of Spades. I liked the name and thought I'd play around with those words. We're 4 members in this band, so I thought, good, 4 aces. I'll keep the ace. Then I thought of our studio and how it's our base." The group continued performing in the clubs of Gothenburg. They also sent out demo cassettes to numerous record companies, but everybody refused to sign them. In May 1991, Jonas and Ulf traveled to various record companies in Stockholm, including Polar Music, who wanted them to record more songs first, and Swemix, who were interested but didn't have the time to do anything with them until autumn. In July, Klaus Lunding at Telegram Records arranged for them to record for a budget of 30,000 SEK, a new version of Wheel of Fortune in their newly renovated Decibel studio, but didn't offer them a recording contract. Mega Records in Denmark bought the master tape from Klaus for 34,000 SEK, and their journey had begun. The group was inducted into the Swedish Music Hall of Fame in September 2024. The first ever double vinyl release of the group's sophomore album, The Bridge, was announced on the 30th of October this year to commemorate the album's 30th anniversary. It is expected to be released in January 2026. And also, they have quite a legacy. Several musicians and singers have been influenced by Ace of Base. Lady Gaga has said her album The Fame Monster was influenced by the super pop melodies of the 90s by acts such as Ace of Base. The song Alejandro, in particular, has been heavily compared to Don't Turn Around. Paul Lester from BBC commented that Alejandro moves at an Ace of Base pace. Slant Magazine described the song as an homage to them. The song AA Nothing Else I Can Say from The Fame has also been linked to the band. The Guardian noted that the song is the first song in a long time that warrants comparison to the, I can't say this word, oeuvre of Ace of Base. Katy Perry said she wanted her third studio album, Teenage Dream, to sound like The Sign. In 2010, Perry said of the album, "It's what I said I wanted earlier. We nailed it. It's roller skating, it's 90s, it's Ace of Base, it's Cyndi Lauper, it's like all these colors and more." Robin said she was inspired by Ace of Base for her song Dancehall Queen, which was produced by Diplo and Klaus Allen for her fifth studio album, Body Talk Part 1, saying, "We were just having fun with that kind of genre music, and the idea of making this song came out of that decision. It was fun." Well, guys, she's here. Jenny Berggren of Ace of Base is our special guest today on Dope Nostalgia. All the way from Sweden.
Yes.
I'm in Canada, so I'm in Western Canada, and it's 9 a.m. here.
Okay, good morning. Here it's 5 p.m. How are you doing? Are you doing good?
Yes, yes. And I'm just so thankful that you took the time to do the show with me today.
Of course.
Jenny, I know that you put out an autobiography called To Win the World in English, and a self-released solo album called My Story. And I read on your bio that it's based off the Bible verse Matthew 16:26. What good will it be for a man if he gains the whole world yet forfeits his soul? So that verse means so much to your career and life story. How did you find your Christian faith?
Well, I guess it was always there. I don't know. I started to pray when I was like really small,
Mhm.
and since the answering kept coming, and in the funny way it does, it doesn't scare you. It's just like it's like you have a wingman. It's like
Yeah.
somebody is there. I had that since I was small, so I really never questioned it, but I always found it very difficult to explain it.
Yeah.
So it was more like yeah, I've grown to know after all these years that that is the clear thought, and all my thoughts are pretty fuzzy. So I got to know it that way. That yeah, it's amazing how it works out.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was raised as a Christian as well, so I found that very, very motivating and inspiring that you wrote your music and your book about that. So, yeah.
I think it's important, especially now in these days, that people can find some comfort somewhere.
Hmm.
And that's for me, since I've been, really out on every limb and on everything that you can be out on. And I really made a success, but there was nothing there. It was empty. It was like when you climb the mountain, and it was a very, yeah, the top was alone, and it was very alone, but I wasn't lonely. So he was there. So that's amazing. And that was the thing, that was the big thing all the time. All the time, the big thing. Everything else was like, wow, this is a very nice car. And wow, this is a very huge success. And wow, this really reaches many people. But
Hmm.
it didn't really touch your heart in the same way that did, actually.
Yeah, and give you purpose and
Yeah.
like family
Sure.
and love.
Actually. Yeah.
And you
Sure.
were able to continue being a confirmation teacher throughout that whole time. You made the time and it worked out well.
Hmm. Sure. Yeah. Because I mean, that was weird, but um, for me, it was an absolute must to get 5 weeks off from this carousel. I was on this roller coaster of, I don't know whatever fame and fortune gave you, I really needed a break. And what was cool was that I was really, it was just, um, it wasn't there. I mean, it wasn't in the things for me. It was never in the things or the achievement or anything. It was always in the meetings with people.
Mm.
Yeah, I, especially when you're 14 or 15, you see right through it, pierces right through your soul when you see these people and you try to teach them something about the good thing in life. And either they like you, like a child likes you, or they really don't like you, like a child doesn't like you, or or they love you the same way. I was the same when I was 14, 15. You have the clearance, the clear sight of a child, but yeah.
Did you learn English growing up at the same time? Like, how many languages do you speak?
I speak English and Swedish. That's basically it. I can, I can make myself understood in Italian and in German,
Hmm.
but usually it's like with a what? I understand Italian
Yeah.
and German, um, but that's basically it.
Hmm. Yeah, I find that like a lot of European people know more than one language, but Americans not
Speaking
so much.
Spanish. If you want to be with the world, you better teach some English or some Spanish. But it's like you
That
don't
would be
come far with Swedish.
the smart thing to do. And
Yeah.
writing songs in English as well. Were there any challenges in writing the first album for that?
No, I wrote songs when I learned English. It was like some of the I know the when you say now and then, it was a thing that I had to learn in school, like now and then. And you had to write it down like 10 times. And I thought it was so cool. So I wrote a whole song about that. And
Hmm.
I was 11 and I didn't know much English. But you hear from, I mean, we don't have subtitles in Sweden.
Yeah.
So you heard a lot of English and the rest you could just look up. But the English language was pop language for me. So Swedish wasn't the pop language. And I never wrote a Swedish song before. I just
Oh,
wrote
wow.
songs in English. Yeah, it's weird.
Well, there's something in the water in Sweden because so many of the greatest pop hits were born there. And why is there such incredible songwriting coming out of Sweden?
I
Is there
think
a
that
secret to it?
yeah, I mean, we were only 8 million people when in the 90s, 8 million people in the whole country. And what happened was that it was free musical school. You could, for $5, you can teach an instrument for a semester.
Mm.
So I learned to play the violin, and also I had my grandmother who was a piano teacher, and I didn't really learn to play any instruments at all. And my father taught me some guitar, but I could go and I could learn to sing notes and to play notes. I was singing the violin notes because I was a high soprano, so
Yeah.
I sang everything. But to learn an instrument is for free. So we really squeezed whatever we could out of this nation those years when we were really everybody could teach an instrument, learn an instrument. That was cool, and I think that that is what paid off, because as soon as you realize, okay, so I actually know how to do this, and I can sit by the computer and just start, then people realize that wow. And once it was started, I mean, it hasn't ended. So you could still go dance class for basically nothing in Sweden. You can go to get an instrument. You can learn how to play organ. You can learn how to play the drums. You can play everything. Depends on where you live, of course. I mean, if you live far up north, there are not that many drama classes, I think, but that's the problem everywhere.
Yeah. I wish North America would follow suit and have the same
Well,
kind of musical education programs.
yeah, that would be cool. I mean, that would be amazing. You're so talented. But we squeezed whatever we could out of our 8.4 million people.
Yeah.
And yeah, it became a success for many of us, actually.
With
That's cool.
so many talented songwriters. Did you work at Cheron Studios?
Yeah, we worked there for 2 albums, I think. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, I was the little one together with Max Martin. We were the
Yeah.
young ones. We were just 21 or 20. It's like, everybody was like 26 and dead serious about things. And we just like, oh, we love music. That's cool.
Your bio also states that you made more money for Sweden than Volvo did in 1994.
Yeah, it was more that what came in and came out was more that from Ace of Base that it was for Volvo, so that's cool.
Mm.
But it really didn't reach my pockets. But for someone else, it was cool.
For the record company.
For the record company, amongst others.
And that's what I always hear the stories about when I speak with artists, that just a lot of record companies got so rich and artists not so much.
Yeah, but yeah, we just had a different situation with Ace of Base and like between us as well. So that was
Mm.
not my proudest moment when I shook the hands on that deal, but never mind. It got me where I am, and I'm so grateful for that. So
That's
yeah.
true. How would it feel when you, after achieving this international success, when you came back home? What was it like interacting with everybody? Did it change?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that people change more than you change yourself. You're just longing to get home, to get back to normal. And all of a sudden, normal is not normal anymore, anywhere. It's when you're in your house, you can feel like yourself and okay. But then you're always on your own. As soon as, I mean, I remember I was sitting more talking to my friends' um, parents for like maybe 2 years. But that quit. I mean, they just got to know me, and it was like, okay, she's quite normal. But I remember that usually when you come home and you sit and talk to your friends, you go into their room and you sit in the bed and you sit giggling and talk about boys or whatever you talk about. And all of a sudden, the father came in and introduced himself and said, "Hello, we are going to have a dinner tonight, and I want to know if you would like to participate." And it was like, come on, it's just me. I've been here 5 years. Yeah, I suppose. And then I was talking about how it was to be Jenny in Ace of Base, and my friends just like, eyeballing. I was like, oh no, sorry about that. I was like, it's okay. Like that is how it works. People get interested in you when you're in the magazine. I don't know why, but they do.
Mm.
And yeah, they forget that it is a normal person and the same person that has been there in their house for 5 years. There's like, oh, they
All
don't
of a
do the
sudden
math.
they get awkward and nervous and
I know. And usually you just get small changes, but I got like a really huge change there. So it was like, okay, weird. So that was one thing that was changed. But and also when I went outside, I always had to um they never knew if I was Lynn or Jenny. So I was just the girl from Mesa Base, or one of the girls, obviously, because it was only me. And it was pretty cool because I could go outside and have like a hat and glasses on, or there were you could dress up, so they
Mm.
really didn't recognize you. But but sometimes you just had to, like, yeah, you're going to the post office, for instance, you can't go there in glasses and high hats, whatever caps you have on. You had to be looking like you, because that was how you paid your bills in the 90s. You went to the post office and paid it. And you every time I maybe stopped, I don't know how many times, just going that short from, I was living in the city in a flat,
Mm.
and I went, I don't know how many 100 meters, and I was stopped all the time, stopped. And they asked me if I was, are you her? Are you her? Is it you? Who is she? And I was like,
Mm.
that, in the end, it becomes a bit funny. It becomes a bit weird. It becomes like, yeah, or I just want to say, no, it's not me. I'm probably a he. Bye. All the answers you cannot say, because then you're rude. So you had to be nice all the time. And
Oh.
in the end, it was not that fun anymore. And also for my friends, you were out a bunch and people were sitting talking about my success, instead of we were talking about whatever new curtains, or they moved to a new place and they had a lot of stories to tell, and everybody was talking, seeing, they wanted to talk to me about how it was to be her. And it's like, okay, we're just sitting here eating pizza. Can we do that? It's like, no, we
Tell me
would
about
talk.
what's going on in your lives.
Yeah. So that, I mean, that was a bit funny. And also the diva things that you pick up, you didn't know. I remember I was, I was talking to my sister. And I said that I think that is a problem when we usually have assistants when we work in the States. People are always assisting us. They're taking our handbags. They're carrying stuff for us. They take our jackets. And suddenly, when you're going to a club in Sweden, we were like, giving our friends these handbags, and it's like, oh no, we're not supposed to do that here. Because when you go into an interview, you cannot come with your handbag like, I got my handbag, because they just take it away for you. And now it's like I was doing my job. I was going into this club and I was giving away my handbag. That was wrong. Anyway, I got a lot of stories, but I won't bore you with that. But
I love these stories.
There's so many. But you had to, that's why it was good to come to the confirmation and work in church, because then you were just in these 14-year-old people, you were just you. And I was pretty much finding myself very much there. So I had like 5 years a week to find myself in front of God himself, and also in front of these 14-year-old kids who were judging me like a knife. And if I was just me, they accepted it. Or if I tried to be cool or tried to be a pop star, that would be so funny. That it wouldn't work at all. I was just kind and answered questions and explained things the best I could. And they liked that. So I liked myself.
You get a chance to be you.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
How do you remember going to the American Music Awards and the Billboard Awards? What were those nights like? And did you guys perform?
We did not. Maybe we did on the billboards. We did not on the American Music Awards. It was just me and Ulf. I remember that. And I remember that when we actually won the prize, I remember because I was sitting between Ulf and my bodyguard. And I know there's a clip somewhere there because Ulf didn't high five me. He was high fiving my bodyguard. It was like, I felt like I was just like, yeah, okay. And my bodyguard was sitting on the other side, so I always got like 2 slaps from each side. And it's like, come on. Oof. Yeah. And I felt like, come on, Ulf, it's me. You're gonna hand clap me. Can't we just do it once? It's just me. I'm in the band. See me. But he was just so happy. So that was it. And he was used to having me around. So we were really used to each other that while. But that was cool. I remember that I had problems getting a dress. And since I didn't have so much money, I couldn't buy these, or there was no organization giving us clothes like usually it is around nowadays. So I went to a 1930s shop that we had here, giving out really old dresses. And I bought one of those with I had to give it to someone who fixed it. So I was wearing that dress and I felt like so cool. I was really cool. And I was like ancient. It was like 60 years old, my dress. And I was like, and that was American Music Awards. Yeah. Same thing almost about what happened in Billboard Awards, that I didn't know what to wear because I have to, be something. So I found some copper jewelry somewhere in a cheap market. And then I had a black dress. And then I found this woolen vest, or it looks like it was a fake fur thing. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I remember my sister came in some 60s, 80s, I don't know, with a hat on. And it's like, yeah, we just dress up. Nobody was thinking that it was supposed to be cool or for that. We just took whatever we found was cool. We didn't have the money to buy these things. If the success was too big, so the money didn't get into our accounts yet. So we just had to figure it out ourselves. And that was really fun. Nowadays, when you think about what you wear and what you do, how you dress, you just, go with the flow.
I feel like it would be so much more fun to pick out and be creative with your clothing too.
Yeah, I love that. I still love that. So I really do. I think it's so cool. I have so much crap in my attic, so you can't imagine.
How big is your closet?
Oh, we have a pretty big attic and a half a basement. So yeah, it's pretty big. And I also have my show clothes because I'm doing shows now, and I don't have only dresses for me. I'm dressing about like 14 people, so I have shoes in all sizes. You write me, and if you want your size, I probably got it.
Ooh. And the
Yeah.
clothes you both wore in the videos are what us girls wanted to wear. They were
Yeah.
perfect for teenagers in high school. We wanted to wear those wholesome, cute tops and blouses.
Yeah. Many of them we just bought ourselves.
Yeah.
At because I bought magazines like Vogue,
Yeah.
Cosmopolitan. I bought these magazines and checked what is actually going to be fashion in maybe half a year or a year, and then I went to the secondhand shops here in Sweden, and I
Mhm.
bought these things. They were ugly as I don't know. I mean, really super ugly clothes, and then I put them together, and it cost nothing. So that was because I had to have a lot of different clothes all the time. So yeah, and sometimes we went to England. I mean, of course, we went to nice shops as well, but we didn't really have that in the beginning. We didn't have the money for it,
Yeah.
and then they threw nice clothes when we became more and more famous. And they wanted to do a follow up, and they wanted to do, and then you could choose between Prada. No, I don't want that. Miu Miu. Yes, I would like to have that one. Then you could choose more. But I've always have a tendency to forget everything on airplanes, so I don't have so much left. That's me. That's going to be interesting when you get into heaven. Then I'm going to find all my lost stuff.
There it was. What was being in the teen magazines like?
Um, it was a necessary. What do you call it?
Necessity?
Necessity. Thank you. Because you had to be visual, and that was our social media, like it
Mhm.
is today. So it was a necessity to really reach out and uh, do a lot of promotion, and it was a way for people to read and look at you and have so what we did actually, because we couldn't go to the magazines each time we were in a country, that we actually brought along a photographer for a lot of trips, and he was the one who took pictures of us. He was a Swedish guy, Micke Jonsson, and he took pictures, and he gave them to all the magazines. So we took pictures everywhere, and he was
Mm.
the one who he was a guarantee that it was pictures that we liked. So that was a pretty cool idea, actually.
That's
So I
nice.
think, yeah, he traveled with us a lot of time, and has a lot of fun of pictures of us that nobody can ever get to see, I think. Well, not so much on me and my sister because we didn't do so many bad things. We did some, and he has got them too.
The ABBA comparison. Now, when you set out to make a group together with your family and friend, were you
Mhm.
in any way inspired by ABBA or wanted to create something like that? Or is it just coincidental? How did that happen?
The thing is that when we started, I was 14, and I started with my sister and my brother. We started to play together the kind of music that we did with Ace of Base, sort of. And yeah, it was pretty cool. Um, and that was the thing when two other guys jumped off because we had a stage performance and they didn't want to be on stage. They just wanted to be studio musicians, more or less.
Mhm.
We took in yeah, Ulf joined in instead. So it was us four doing that show, and that was the day we first approached as the four of us, and that was 1990, the 4th of August, and we were called Technoir at that time. It was a
Mm.
really cool thing, we thought. And then we slowly started to get this kind of success, and it was like started in Denmark and then in Norway, and we didn't have a clue that we would ever be big
Yeah.
compared to ABBA. That was just, we were two sisters singing, and we've been doing that since I was like 14. So and she was 15. So it wasn't really like, okay, let's put together a group that will be the new ABBA. But I mean, if you compare a car from Finland, if you compare a car from Sweden, then of course that you know that Sweden has Volvo before and Finland has not Volvo. So you'd think that this is the new Volvo and you compare it to that. It was the
Right.
same for us. We were compared to ABBA. Nobody compared us to Roxette. They were also huge.
Hmm.
But nobody compared us with them because they were not four. And everybody thought that was like a smart choice to be a blonde and a brunette in the band. It was like, yeah. Like,
This is my
it's just us.
family.
Yeah, we've been doing this since I was 14. Come on. And it's not a big change, is it? So, yeah, but I understand, of course, the comparison. But for us, for me at least, ABBA were like, wow, they were so huge idols for me. I actually got at one point I got help from one of the girls in ABBA. Frida helped me out with some questions that I did have because I didn't know how to be a Swedish person at this level. So I needed some like steady, um, yeah, advice. Steady
yeah.
advice so I can actually do this. And she said, well, do this, but not that. Never do this. Always do that. And fake this if you should suppose fake anything like and it's like and always have that. So she gave me pretty good advice. I kept to that. Yeah, that was important just to know that somebody was alive and well today and actually had done this and come out the other side and just be a happy person. So she's amazing. She's really amazing. And I'm really grateful for that. She
Wonderful
was
to have.
mentoring me, but it was just an afternoon. But that was everything that I needed.
Wonderful to have her in your corner, and a blessing to be with your family going through all of this fame. I imagine it would probably be a good support system.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that now because I still like the things that I liked when I was young. I mean, I still have the same friends like when I started, so I haven't changed them, and they haven't changed me. They haven't switched me anyway. We change each other, of course, on the road and you change as a person, but you have to stick together with them and they stick with me. So still the same friends, and nothing has changed in that way. And I'm gonna be old with them. I have my friends from school still, so yeah, I'm a pretty normal girl in that way.
I will survive without you. Don't tell me that you wanna leave. If you wanna leave, I won't beg you to stay. And if you gotta go, darling, maybe it's better that way. I'm gonna be strong, I'm gonna define. Don't worry about this heart of mine. See if I can go on and go. But don't turn around, 'cause you're gonna see my heart breaking. Don't turn around, I don't want you seeing me cry. Just walk away, tell me about that you're leaving. I'm letting you go, but I won't let you know. I won't let you know.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hello, listeners. It has been such an experience doing this show for the last 5+ years, but it gets expensive. If you didn't know, there's a lot of costs that go into making a podcast. That's why we have our Patreon page, patreon.com/dope nostalgia. That's where you can go and subscribe, get all the extra details, bonus videos, and early podcast release for as little as $1 a month. Please subscribe today and help support one of your favorite podcasts.
Hi, I'm Brendan from Swedish, and you're watching the Dope Nostalgia Podcast.
Welcome to Foos Files, the ultimate podcast for fans of the Foo Fighters. Throughout this series, we'll be celebrating the enduring popularity, influence, and legacy of one of the world's biggest rock bands through the eyes of fans, musicians, and other key contributors. Find out what it's like to work at close quarters with Dave Grohl.
I was probably always his biggest cheerleader to let him know that his talent was real.
Explore the band's influence and cultural impact on music and beyond.
What makes this band unique compared to other acts is how the band interacts with fans, and that influences how the fans treat each other.
If it wasn't for the Foo Fighters, I would have not had the last 20 years of my life in the way that I've lived.
And hear how lifelong bonds and friendships have been formed among a global community of loyal Foo Fighters fans.
The group of people that I've met through this band are my best friends, are the closest friends, and that is more than the band, I think.
I'll be your host, Dan Harrison, a media professional from the UK and a Foo Fighters fan of more than 20 years. Join me on this celebration of all things Foo by hitting the follow or subscribe button now on your favourite podcast app.
Exclamation!
Punctuation.
The situation, the combination
Exclamation.
is the punctuation.
How much of an influence was Roxette for you?
Not at all in one way, because they were, I don't know. I know that Marie Fredriksson was a huge, because I know that she called her mother every day, and she had believe in God. So that was for me, like, keep on calling home, keep your feet on the ground, and keep on believing. So that was a source for her, and it was a source for me. Just, those phone calls home to my parents, and also, keep in touch every day. That was very important. So I can figure out what was going on back home and what was going on with mom and dad. So it was a problem when you couldn't call home, especially when you were like, sometimes we were like 39 hours flights. It's like long flights all over the world. And you knew that the next 2 days I'm going to be on a flight. And then you couldn't call at that time. So, that could be a strangling feeling. But so she taught me, without knowing it, she taught me that. But she was also a very, very good musician in Swedish. She sang one of the most lovely hymns and songs that she wrote herself. And Sparrow Eye is one. Fly Little Sparrow Eye. It's in Swedish. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And she had that big poet inside her in Swedish. So that was amazing. Per was also a very successful man who's always been very trustworthy. I think what he says is a genuine. So that was also something that you realize, that if I keep on being like that, then I will be a successful person. If I keep my promises and everything, then everything will be fine. Might not be fine right now, because it might be a promise I made that was difficult to keep, but I stood by that, and I'm happy now. So they taught me something, but I didn't listen so much to their music, because I'm not like a rock person in that way.
Yeah,
it was like listen to your heart, which of course, but it's not my type of music entirely. But I love it.
But yeah, how important it is to be true to your word. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it might cost a lot. It does all the time. But
it's much more difficult to be straight and honest and, walk the difficult road.
Yeah.
Now, Where would you tell someone to visit if they were a tourist in Sweden? What are some favorite things about your country that you would want somebody to know that they might not know?
I think you should try the food because it's like, of course, the meatballs and the smorgasbord. That's one thing. The shellfish, especially in the coast sides, it's magnificent. But um, there is there is a nature that is wild and fantastic up north with I mean, in Sweden you have, it's such a long country, so it stretches far up north, and that is so beautiful, and the ice hotels are amazing.
Oh,
And
wow.
also the mountains and the vastness of the nature and the beauty there is uncomparable. I mean, you have it also in so many places else in the world, I know, but you get it in one country, and that is really cool. And there is also very cool if you go to Stockholm, for instance, the old parts is really, really nice. If you go to the West Coast, I go in the archipelago and to the clubs. And if you go to south, I'd go to, for instance, to Gotland or Visby. That small little island. Visby is a true pearl. It's so beautiful and so good food everywhere. Really good food.
Oh, the food.
Mhm.
I would love to visit Sweden. I'm sure we have some similarities in Canada, being that
Yeah,
far
you
north
do.
as well.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. I mean, we
Yeah.
wouldn't be like the only ones there. You got it too, but it's really cool.
But it's
It's really
uniquely Sweden too. I don't think I have heard of an ice hotel here. That would be nice.
Yeah, it's just build it. You need clear eyes though. But I haven't actually slept in one, but it's dangerous when you go into the bars and you drink, you have these cold, your warm clothes on and super cold, everything is ice. And you get drinks in an ice, a piece of ice, you drink, and then you drink liquor. I mean, and then you go out in the heat. I've only
Yeah.
done that once, and I will never do that again. That was not good.
When you
I didn't
feel
drink much.
warmer than you
I don't drink
actually
much,
are.
obviously. I don't drink much, but I was like, no, we won't do that again. Ding! Wow, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Do you have memories of being in Canada?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Where should I start? Newfoundland, Saskatoon, Edmonton.
I'm in
It's
Edmonton.
really cold. Really cold.
Tell me about Edmonton. That's where I am.
Um, we were there I mean, we were there like 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Was it before the pandemics?
Yeah.
2019. I was like, um, I just remember the stage, and I remember it because I see the field in front of me with all the people.
Yeah.
And I remember it because there is always, especially in Canada, is like you travel to different parts of the world sometimes, and you could really feel in Edmonton that there was a proud city. People are proud and they're generous, and that's the best thing. When they have their self, and they can also I don't know where it comes from, but Edmonton was like that. I was there very short, but I could feel it when you go out to the audience. You had to really perform, and when you did perform, you got so much back. That is what I want to come to. So I remember that specifically, and I took pictures of myself because I was, when I went off stage, I felt like I got something back, really, that I could keep. I can't explain it, but I took some pictures because there was a light in me that I wanted to take a picture of. I can't
Oh,
explain it. Yeah, it was backstage. It was like a wall and me, but I remember it.
it gave you
I
that
felt,
feeling, and that's very special.
yeah, it was. And I don't know. Yeah, it's. I don't know where it comes from. It was. Are you proud in Edmonton?
Yes. We're
Yes.
we're proud to be Canadians.
Yeah,
We're proud of our hockey team.
as you should.
It's very important. But yeah, I would say so. I would definitely say so.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by how you describe it. I'll say
No,
that.
yeah. I don't say it was like it was easily, when you go up on stage and you want to flirt with the audience and they flirt back easily. That is not what I'm talking about. It was just that when I said something, it was like everybody had a platform it could land on.
Mhm.
I don't know why, but I remember it. I remember it really because I was picking some special clothes for that. And I was like, I want this one here. We should sit here. And so we really get close to the audience. Yeah, weird little decisions that I take all the time when I'm out.
I like that you remember specific cities and places and how they made you feel.
Yep. Yeah. And it was very specific in Canada because cities were different. I was in Vancouver and that was one feeling. And also that I had 9 hours jet lag. I was in Newfoundland and that was another feeling.
Yeah.
And I was in London and that was also Ontario. That was one feeling. I went to Niagara Falls and
Oh,
that is more everybody. It's like a tourist world.
yeah.
But then you went out on the countryside and that was also one feeling. So that was, of course, I mean, you're a huge country with a lot of people and a lot of culture. So beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. That's nice to hear.
No, I
And
really love because it's like being here. It's like being in Sweden. Canada is like Sweden for me. It's so easy. And yeah, it's very, very, I don't know, say very Europe. It's very Canadian, but it's like, yeah, I don't have to change myself a lot.
can you share with me a track off your album, My Story, that you would want to share with everybody? Because I'd love to play a clip of it on the show. What would be a song you would choose to share?
Mm. Oh, Air of Love.
Yeah.
I would like people to hear that because it's like another, like they said on the record company, it felt like I entered another world when I heard it. It was like a PR guy or an AR guy who said that. It's
Mhm.
like entering another world, and that is not what we're selling here, Jenny. It's like, what? This is that fantastic. And I'm talking about the breathing air of love that comes from above. And yeah, I like that one a lot. It's my husband wrote it, and yeah, he just put it together very nicely. So that is air of love for sure.
I was invited to take a chance with you. A simulation, a part of something new. You know it scares me. Sometimes I tend to forget. I got to get there. Come and lift me out of regret. I am starting to believe that your love can set me free. Come and live your life with me. I don't have to understand. There's a reaching for your hand. Breathing air of love coming to us from above. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am starting to believe that your love can set me free. Come and live your life with me. I don't have to understand. There's a reaching for your hand. Breathing air of love coming to us from above.
I'll be happy to share it.
Thank you.
What was Eurovision like? 2011. Let Your Heart Be Mine.
Yeah,
See, in Canada and the US don't quite understand how Eurovision works. We know it's huge, but it's like how we don't know anything about football. You know?
Oh, but I mean, you don't need more than you have. That is why. I mean, why should you sell a concept that you have like 30 times better? It's
It
more
sounds so
like,
exciting.
yeah, but it's more, I don't know. I wanted to do it because it was a platform for me to stand on when I was doing a solo thing.
Mhm.
But it was also, I don't know. I had made a whole album and I wanted to, get a platform to just make it visual.
Mhm.
But I didn't get that song on that album anyway, so it was a bit funny. But I liked the song. I said, this is what I want it to be about, and this is how I want it to look. It's like a fight for love. You have to fight for love sometimes. And I was doing it. I remember I was so flexible because I was dancing a lot. So I went and split in one of the interviews that we're doing. I love that part. It's like, oh, the dancer was talking. I was standing there with the dancer and talking to some journalist, and he said, so how flexible are you? Yeah, I could do the split. Can you do the split? Yeah, I can do the split. Yeah, can you do the split? Yeah, I can do the split, said the dancer. And then I said, you mean like this? And I did the split. It was like, no, you're not supposed to do that. You're an artist. It's like, I don't know. But that was fun. It was an experience. And I also had a lot of things going on that was just, I was on my own doing this. I was a solo artist for the first time in television, like a bigger show. And yeah, so I dressed up in all Danish things I could because I was actually sweet in Denmark. So I realized I wouldn't win this anyway, because they would pick a Dane, of course. But anyway, it was just a way for me to start. And just 2 weeks before that, I was invited to do my first single show in I never thought I could do Ace of Base by myself, but I've always been doing a lot of music by myself because I was so bored with just doing, because Ace of Base didn't really tour. So the touring I did was when I put my own band together, and we did some churches, we did some playoffs just for us. I had some friends that from a music school, high school, and music university, and we went out and we did perform our own things, and I did that, and then I hold lectures with a lot of music in, so I was always performing.
Yeah.
And then they wanted me to perform the Ace of Base hits, and I was like, yeah, I could do that. I know the song. So, and that's how it started. And that's what I'm doing mostly now. Yesterday, we were actually also recording a new song.
Oh,
Here.
good.
So, yeah, that was cool. So I do some songs. I just released last year. I released Lion's Den. I've done Open and Alive. I've done Keep Quiet, just to show my fans that this is still music coming out from me. But it's nothing that I think will be like a huge platform for me to make any success, because I don't want success. I just want to have fun. I'm too
Be
old.
just to still be creative. And
Yeah.
then it's probably less pressure to put out a song here, a song there, than a whole album, right?
Yeah, sure. And I do it for my fans, and the way that they interpret it. I remember one of the women that listened to it, one fan, she wrote a book about it. I was like, it's amazing to read and see how it interprets them in their lives. It's really amazing, and how it builds people. That's what I want to do. I want to build people, and I want to help them to explore themselves and reach whatever roof they have in their lives. So yeah, it's big.
Now, you have children?
I have 2.
Yes.
Big.
How do your
Yes.
kids feel about your success? And do they make music too?
Yeah, my son is in a band called Off Balance. He has released 3 songs on Spotify. If you have Spotify, I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, you have. So he's done 3 songs. He's really into that. He's out with a producer now. He's producing his own stuff. He's a singer. He's playing some instruments, and yeah, he likes music. He's a funny performer in that way. He's great. My daughter is not so. She's doing her concerts and everything, but she's more reserved and doesn't really want the buzz. She doesn't want to be focused at all. So I keep her out of it. More or less.
That's fair.
It's whenever she wants to do something, I will help her, of course, but she's like, no, no, no. And I can get that. I really get that. I was the same. Didn't really
Now,
work though.
I I understand that through reading, Ace of Base never really broke up, right?
No, but we do not do anything anymore. It's more
Yeah.
that.
How
So
often do you get to
the
see your
breaking up.
siblings?
Sorry.
How often do you get to see your siblings?
Well, sometimes very often, you know how it is around holidays and people's birthdays and stuff. And sometimes there is like we live our own lives separately. So both,
Yeah.
both, but we're still, yeah, there's still a lot of nothing about Ace of Base.
Yeah.
So we don't do that anymore.
Mhm.
Of course, we talk about things that happen if there's something severe that we have to, do, but usually it's quite quiet there. So yeah.
Yeah. So it
As you
never,
can see.
yeah, it just kind of stopped, I guess, hey?
Yeah, that's what we wanted it to be like because we don't want to replace it. We don't want to. I didn't never want to replace my sister, for instance, because she was the one doing the very big work with Ace of Base, and I didn't want anyone to take that light from her. And I think she's very proud of what she's done, and she thought that was cool, but that was then. And now there's another life that is outside the camera and off. So and I have that life too. I mean, of course, everybody has, I hope, because the life in front of a camera is a mad life. You won't get happy trying to catch that life that light all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't want it, and I still don't want it, but I think it's like a necessity. Again, the word alert is necessary that you keep yourself a bit alive if you want to sing. So I want to sing, and I want to perform on stage, and I have this message to share that. Uh, yeah, it's a huge message. Like I think that there's so much peace coming from above that is really important for people to understand, because it's not gonna get much better. Um, so I think it's important to talk about it, and I'm just one of the vessels to talk about it, but I do want to talk about it in a nice way that people can receive. And yeah. He's the holder of very difficult nights. He's the carrier of when you don't have time and when you just fail or when you're sick. He can carry you through everything. And that is an important thing to talk about. And I know that my sister likes me to say that. So she said that is important to say that to people. So that is what I'm doing.
I'm so glad you did. I wanted to provide a platform for you to share
Thank you.
that.
Thank you so much.
I think that's really important. And I also want to thank you for being the soundtrack to my teenage years and how much your songs meant to me growing
Well,
up.
thank you so much. I appreciate that very much when you say that.
What goals lie ahead for you now? You said new song. So what else
Yeah.
are you was
Yeah,
coming?
I just I've been in the dance country with Open and Alive because I love dance music, and I've been in the maybe a bit more jazzy Keep Quiet that I wrote in 1993, so it was a very long time ago I wrote that one in English, of course. And then I just released this Lion's Den. It won an award in the States somewhere. It is a song about when you feel like you're totally trapped and you don't know if you're going to survive the night. I mean, it's like really, really bad. And how you surrender to someone that is bigger than you. And for me, it was like a lion's den is from the Bible, where Daniel was thrown in the lion's den, and God shot the lion's mouth, and not one, but all of the lions. It would have just taken one lion for him to die, but everybody was quiet. And just being there in that pit of hell, it must have been. I mean, for some of us, we have these nights, we have these experiences in our lives, and how God actually prevails also in those times where another person cannot really help you. So that was an important song for me to sing. And now I've done, it's more like I don't know, country, but like a bit of it, because it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. But that was yesterday, so it's so new. It's so new. I cannot even listen to it. It's like, ugh.
It's
But I like
exciting.
it. Mhm. Yeah, so that is what I'm going to be performing, and I want to do some songs again with Jonas, maybe, because he's a really good songwriter.
Mm.
And yeah, so yeah, I have my little things, but more or less I'm quite content. But I'd like to follow my kids and make them feel safe in life, and I want to have quiet years with my husband because he's adorable and he's we really have a good thing going on after all these years. So I'm really grateful for that. And yeah, I want to come back to Canada. I want to perform.
We want that.
I want to be
Yes.
not done. Yeah, made my day that time. So yeah,
I'm very inspired by having this conversation with you. And I can't
you.
wait to like really dive into your solo music and learn so much more about the lyrics and about who you are now. I love that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Very kind of you to say that. Yeah. No, I love people. So they don't always like me, but I'm still there. I still like people. Yeah.
You're
Thank you so
wonderful.
much. Thank you. You too. And I hope
I-
to see you soon.
Yes. Have a wonderful day
Yeah.
or
same to you.
evening.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Good morning. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You can follow Dope Nostalgia on Instagram at dope_nostalgia and YouTube at Dope Nostalgia Podcast. Call and leave a message on our voicemail toll free. The number's 1-888-741-9192.
This podcast is licensed by SOCAN because we believe that artists should be paid for their work. Hey friends. I kind of miss getting those messages on my answering machine like we used to back in the day. What I'd really love is to hear from you, the listeners of Dope Nostalgia. This is your chance to be on the show, giving feedback, telling us what you love, what you hate, and who you'd like to see more of. Call us at our new toll-free number, 1-888-741-9192. Leave us some feedback. Your message could be played on the show. So give us a call, 1-888-741-9192. Toll free.